Source location is another class added in C++20 and replaces some usage of C macros, specifically the line and the file macro. It provides information about the source code at runtime, such as the name of the file, the function, the line number, and the column number. All this information is gathered at the point of instantiation of this class. It is provided in the header source_location. If you create instance of the source location, then it will yield empty values. The correct usage is to acquire its instance through a factory function called current. This is a static member function of the source location class, and the instance will contain the information about the source from where this function was called. Note that current is a const eval function, so it is evaluated at compile time and therefore can be called from other constant expressions. But its implementation will be compiler dependent. Even the format of the information that it returns will be compiler dependent. Let's see an example. I'm going to write a function that will print the information from this class. And I'm going to use the println function that I used in the concurrency lectures. It may include the corresponding header file. First, I'm going to print the name of the file, and then the name of the function, and then line and column numbers. These are the only member functions that the source location class provides. Let's build and run. And as I mentioned earlier, when you create a default instance of this class, it will yield empty values. That is why the right way to get the instance is by calling the static member function current. And let's build and run. And there you go. This is the information. In some other compiler, the information may be slightly different. Since the name of the file also includes its path, let me trim it so that we just get the name of the file. So here I'm going to use the path class. And now we get the name of the file without the entire path. Now, what if you want to get information of the source at different points? Then the correct usage is to create a function in which you use source location as a default argument. So here, I'm going to get the default argument by calling the current method. Now you can invoke the log function from anywhere, and it will gather the information from the place where the log function is called from. Let's try to use the log function from other functions. I will also create a class called test, and let's create a default constructor that invokes log and a parameterized constructor that also invokes log and a static function. This will also call log, and let me also create a lambda expression. So we want to see what information is returned for these kinds of functions. And this is the information that the source location class returns. You can see in the output the name of the function also includes the return type, the calling convention, and the parameter types. And for Lambda, it shows the name of the function as it is internally implemented by the compiler. So it is a function object which is implemented in a compiler-generated class. So source location is a better alternative to C macros. You can use it in constant expressions, so you will get the information at compile time. It does not depend on the preprocessor. And the instances of the source location class can be stored in containers. So prefer using source location over C macros when you want to gather information about your source.